People are leaving Canada, and the reason why probably won't surprise you. I'm done with Canada. High cost of living leads some to leave the country. Take a look at just how bad it's gotten.
The question that I want to ask you is, have you noticed that Canadians are leaving Canada?
All the medical professionals or someone are like good professionals.
Yeah.
They're moving to, I know a lot of my friends now moving to US, and some friends are moving to Australia because it's just because the payment and the expense, they can manage it. Even like someone making 100,000 after tax, the amount they're having is like maybe 50 or 60.
Compared to when you first moved to British Columbia, the housing, the cost of living for rental or housing, how would you describe the difference from that time to now?
It's like a very crucial difference. Like from the beginning, it was I was able to get a basement for $900.
Yeah.
Now it's even $1,800. So hard to get a basement. So,
$1,800 for a basement?
Basement.
This is actually true. A lot of Canadians are leaving Canada. Around 20 to 30% of immigrants that move to Canada every year, they are leaving too. Now, why is this happening? Now, there are many reasons why this is happening. But today we're only going to talk about two, which are the high cost of living. Now, when I say high cost of living, I mean the rental cost or the housing cost. Immigrants on their side rent karna pra. So that is what I mean when I say high cost of living. This second is the average income per household. मतलब minimum wage ਤੇ ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿੰਨੇ obviously ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਨਵੇਂ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ minimum wage ਤੇ ਕੰਮ ਮਿਲਣਾ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਸਾਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਥੋੜਾ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਭਾਜੀ ਆ ਲਓ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ $100,000 ਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆ ਲਓ ਆਪਾਂ ਹਾਇਰ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਟਾਈਮ ਲੱਗਣਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚਦੇ ਆ ਸੋ ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਸਾਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਪਹਿਲੇ 2 ਸਾਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਐਜ਼ ਅ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟ ਨਾਲ ਉਤੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਗੰਦੀਆਂ ਜੋਬਾਂ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ ਪੈਂਦੀਆਂ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਦਾ ਹੀ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਭੈਣ ਚੋਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਚੱਕਦੇ ਆ ਸੌਰੀ ਫॉर द बैड लैंग्वेज अगेन As a former international student, I know how people take advantage of you and how expensive it is to, first of all, to come and study here. Secondly, how expensive it is compared to wherever you're coming from to live here. And third, how expensive it is to just survive here. So again, we're only going to talk about two things here. Again, I repeat, high cost of living, the average income per household. There are many other reasons and there will be future videos I'll most likely make. But today, if I was going to cover all those reasons today, it probably is going to take me a week to make this video. So this video was never going to happen and I was going to get stuck in my procrastination mode again. So here we are. Sugar pra me panda. ਉਹ ਸਮੈਲ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੀਂਹ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਮਿੱਟੀ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਮੈਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ Okay, so now for us to understand why this is all happening, we're going to take a look at a report that was published in July by the Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives. ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜੁਲਾਈ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਿਪੋਰਟ ਪਬਲਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ ਰਿਪੋਰਟ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਆ Can't Afford the Rent. ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਰਿਪੋਰਟ ਆ what this does is it examines the gap between the minimum wage ਜਿਹੜੀ minimum wage offer ਕਰਦਾ ਆ ਹਰ ਇੱਕ province and the cost of renting an apartment in Canada, specifically by those provinces and cities as well. So ਆਪਾਂ ਦੋ table ਦੇਖਾਂਗੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ table ਹੈ it gives us a breakdown of different provinces. So for example ਆਪਾਂ British Columbia ਤੇ Ontario ਨੂੰ ਸਿਰਫ cover ਕਰਨਾ provinces ਲਈ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ cities ਆ ਆਪਾਂ Vancouver ਤੇ Toronto ਹੀ ਦੇਖਣੇ ਆ ਤੇ minimum wage ਜਿਹੜੀ British Columbia ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ offer ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ $15.65 and a 1-bedroom rental apartment wage that you need to be making to be able to afford a 1-bedroom apartment is $27.54. $27.54 to be able to afford a 1-bedroom apartment. So yeah, just rent that apartment and eat air and drink water. There you go. I mean, obviously, this makes sense why so many people are leaving Canada. Now, Ontario, the minimum wage is actually lower, 15 cents lower, $15.50. And 1-bedroom rental wage is also lower. You need to be making $25.96 to be able to afford. Again, keep in mind, this is British Columbia and Ontario. We haven't talked about Vancouver and Toronto, where primarily most of the immigrants move when they move to Canada. Fun fact, around 80 to 90% of the population in Canada lives by the US border. Yeah. So, अगला table हम जड़ा अपन review करने लगे हैं, that gives us a comparison for different cities. ਆਪਾਂ सिर्फ cover करना Vancouver ਤੇ Toronto. ਤੇ Vancouver which, as we talked before, in British Columbia, the minimum wage is $15.65. One bedroom rental wage is $32.36. You need to be making $64,000 a year just to be able to afford a one bedroom apartment in Vancouver. The Toronto de vich, it's $66,000 a year. Yes, that's how much it costs you to be able to live in a one bedroom apartment. So yeah, obviously, it makes sense why people want to move away from Canada. And again, these are some of the things that you need to know about before you decide कि मैं Vancouver च college जाके पढ़ना, मैं Toronto जाके पढ़ना college दे विच. Because yeah, there are other options as well. You can definitely explore Calgary, which again, ये नहीं मैं कह रहा कि बहुत सस्ता है. Calgary दे विच one bedroom rental wage is कितने का Calgary? अरे $24.65. $24.65 compared to $33. I mean that's $20,000 less. And again, the education in Calgary and Edmonton is still just as good. Edmonton has University of Alberta. It is top 5 universities in Canada. Calgary has some great schools. These are some of the things that you need to know before you make these decisions. Obviously, I know there is a way around it. And for many years, we've been doing it. As a former international student, I've done it too. There was a time I shared one apartment there was 4 of us in that one apartment. And yeah, you make it work, and it's less cost to you, and there are actually so many people here in Surrey that do this, and that is the only way they can afford to live here. So again, the point of this video was not to scare you. The point of this video was just to inform you. Information ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮਿਲ ਗਈ ਹੈ. Based on this information, you take your own decision. Again, I don't think at all moving to Canada is a bad decision. I think it's a great time to move to Canada. Any time is a good time to move to Canada because I think it's still a developing country. There are a lot of opportunities here, and there will be a lot more opportunities in the future. But do know that it is going to be tough, at least the next couple of years. मेरा गला सूख गया बोल के मैं पानी नहीं लेके आया. That concludes the video, and if there is any other topic you'd like me to cover, let me know in the comments down below. Again, there are many other reasons and many other factors you need to consider before you move to Canada, and most likely in future videos I'll cover those too. Until next time.
In audio.